Hey man, listen. I gotta give all respect to Teofimo Lopez tonight. All respect to that young man. To be 23 years old and going there with a dude who many feel is pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. Like Lomachenko has been like hailed as the supreme fighter in boxing for a little minute now. And for Teofimo to be 23 years old and go in there and put on a performance like that at 23 years old is absolutely phenomenal. You can't take nothing away from that young man, man. From the start of the fight, I'm looking at Teofimo's body language, how he's fighting, and I'm like, that's a confident young dude. That young dude going for the gusto. He trying to come out here and win. He not trying to be in a close fight. He not trying to gain a little bit of respect. He wanted to come out there and win, and he was in control of the majority of the first half of the fight. The whole first half of the fight, Teofimo was in control of that part of the fight, without question. I'm watching the fight, and he got Loma gun shy. Loma was scared to go in there and try to engage with him and like throw a lot of punches. To the point Loma was throwing 5-6 punches in the round and stuff like that. He was scared. I think like he was tentative. I'm not gonna say scared. He was tentative about that young boy Teofimo's power. He saw that young boy got cracked. He got pop. He can pop. And I think he was feeling that heat, and he didn't want to go in there and just lunge in and engage. I think Lomachenko's game plan was to slow and tire out Teofimo as the fight went on. Let the young boy exert himself. Let the young boy get excited and anxious. The young boy full of testosterone. He's got a lot of adrenaline in him. This is a big-time fight for him to raise his profile. Lomachenko understand that. He like, okay, cool. I'm going to let the young boy, he got a lot of heat on his punches. I'm feeling that, especially to the body and stuff like that. I'm going to let him try to tire himself out, and I'm going to lull him to sleep, and then I'm going to go out here and counter him and jump on his ass. That is what Lomachenko's game plan was. And I'm not going to even lie. After that first half of the fight, it started to work for Lomachenko a little bit, right? He started to crack. He started to get in there and catch Teofimo. Started catching Teofimo with some stuff. And I'm like, oh, snap. Teofimo got to watch out for that. You know what I mean? Don't be so confident in the fight. You start getting lax, and you start to forget who you in there with. Because at the same time, just because you're ahead on the scorecards and you got a good margin of lead at the beginning of the fight, does not mean he's a champion for a reason. Lomachenko's status is what his status is for a reason, without question. I'm not gonna here to be disrespecting dude, right? But I feel like at times Teofimo took his foot off the gas, and then he took his foot off the gas just a little bit, and Loma got in there and cracked him. And it wasn't just all Teofimo taking his foot off the gas. Lomachenko is a very skilled fighter, extremely skilled, and he knows how to get in there and hit guys effectively. You know what I mean? So he was doing that, and I'm like, okay, Teo, you're going to let this fight get away from you at the second half of the fight, because Loma was still in them rounds in the second half of the fight, right? But for that young man to bite down and keep cracking and keep coming like that, I said, oh, hold on. This young boy built to something different. I said, damn, this young dude, he not going to lay down like no cub. He going to stand tall and fight like a lion. And that's how a fighter is supposed to fight. That 12th round, that goddamn 12th round, y'all can't tell me y'all didn't watch that and see this young boy made us something. He made us something special. He got something up in him, man, because he was whooping Loma ass in that 12th round, giving Loma all he could handle. I'm talking about cracking him. Loma was feeling that. He felt that heat, man, all night, man. He was hitting him to that body, and it was hurting Loma, stunning him all night. I was watching it. I'm like, man, young dude, man, he's very, very poised to be such a young fighter, especially in a big moment like this. But you have to be very poised, stepping in there with a skilled veteran like Lomachenko. You can't be coming in there like, tentative and acting like you're scared. You got to be confident in your abilities, and you got to put pressure on him. Loma's a smaller dude. He's compact, but he's a smaller dude. Teo got that crack. Make him respect your power. And that's what he did from the first moment on. I'm looking like, man, land that looping hook on him. Land that looping hook, that right hook. Land out on his ear. Make him feel like, crack. He hit him with it a couple of times. Responded with an uppercut as well. I'm like, that's what you got to do. But again, Loma's very skilled. He found his way to pull himself back into the fight like a champion is supposed to do. But the way Teofimo fought in that 12th round, like I'm like, even when it's like, at the end of the round, he started leaking or whatever with them headbutts. And Loma was leaning in with their head a lot. You know what I mean? He was doing that a little bit. He was doing that a tad bit, But Loma got skill. I'm not going to act like he ain't nothing. But Teofimo went in there and really just beat him. He really beat him for real. In that 12th round, like I said, he was giving Lomachenko all he could handle. He was bullying that, like he was bullying that man around in that 12 round. And I said, shit, man. Like the way Teofimo is able to still and I can tell he got a little winded. I feel like in the 11th round, he was showing signs of a little bit of exhaustion. But for him to bite down and say, you know what? This dude can't take my punches. I'm finna come in here and let him know what's up. And he went, look, shout out to Brooklyn. He represented Brooklyn for real. And that fight all around, he represented Brooklyn well. I'm telling y'all, to that body, Lomachenko was feeling that, man. He ain't really want none of that for real. He kept dipping when he dipped, he can't take them punches like that. He ain't trying to go in there. That's why he wasn't really trying to engage and exchange with him until he was forced to do so when he got down on the scorecards. And you saw the dog in Lomachenko at that point. But Teofimo stood firm like a dog too and said, come on with it. What's up? And I'm telling y'all, man, I got to rewatch that fight for real, man. Like that 12 round, that whole fight was a great fight. It was a great fight in general, man. If you missed it, it was on ESPN. It was a great fight, no lie. But Teofimo went in there and he really, at times, he was like, especially in the early first half of the fight, he was outboxing the guy that people feel like is arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. In the world. Teofimo wouldn't let him into that fight. He wouldn't you're going to have to earn your way into this fight. You're going to have to whoop my ass to get into this fight. And I said, I would like a fighter that fights like that. You're going to have to whoop my ass, man, for real. And congratulations to Teo, man. Undisputed lightweight champion of the world at 23. I know that feels good, fam. I know that feels good, man. Young boy Teofimo gained himself some fans tonight. He really went out there and gained himself a nice amount of fans with that performance, man. Now, look, I'm going to say this too, right? The scorecard was a little wide for me at times. It was a little wide, right? 119 and 109 is wild as hell. That's wild. That's wild. I'm never going to and make excuses for that. That's wild. But I still believe the right man won in this fight. Teo won that fight, man. Without question. He won that fight. That was an amazing display of boxing from that young dude, man. Brilliant fighter. Brilliant fight. And he's a worthy champion without a doubt. I know it's going to be a rematch in this fight, too. I know it's going to be a rematch that come up for it, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But I think even in the rematch, I think Teofimo got the edge now. Young boy confidence is high. He knows that he can hurt Lomachenko. He know that. He's young. He's younger. He's spry. And dude got cracked, man. And I think he underestimated. Loma may have underestimated the dude's Teo's boxing ability a lot. You know what I mean? For the first, because everybody was saying Teo only chance. A lot of people were saying Teo's best chance to win this fight was to knock out Lomachenko, was to hurt him with punching and knock him out, get some knockdowns. But the way he controlled that first half of the fight, I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Young dude out here looking good, man. He looking great. He was out there looking great, man. No lie, man. He was ready. He was ready. He was absolutely ready. And Teo was in control in that first half of that fight. I gotta give it to Loma. He came back. But the way Teo was controlling that, man, it wasn't a draw to me. I had it, at worst, I had it 115 to 113 for Teo. I had it like that, 115 to 113 to Teo. It was close, but Teo went in and fought that dude, man. He fought him. I ain't calling no draw. I'm not calling a draw, in my opinion. I feel like the right guy got the decision. It was a great fight, but for them first 6 rounds, Loma didn't do nothing. He ain't do nothing for them first 6 rounds, man. For real. You can say Lopez won by a hair or whatever he won, and I had him winning by a slight margin, right? But a win is a win. And he won it due to the way he closed that 12th round. Due to the way he closed that 12th round, without question. Now, the judge's margin was crazy a little bit, but I still feel like the right guy won that fight. Loma had a great, for real. And even in the deeper rounds, I feel like Loma had a great game plan to go to the deep rounds to try to see if Teo can swim. He's a younger fighter. The veteran is saying, hey, I want to see what this young boy made of. Can he swim when he had to come out to this level? If he in deep waters, can he swim? Or do he need a life jacket? Right? But I feel like he waited way too long to try to engage with him. By that point, Teofimo had control of the fight and he was up by a nice amount of rounds. For real, man. Like I don't think this ain't no damn robbery. I don't care what y'all talking about. This ain't no robbery at all. It was close, but I got Teofimo winning, man. Like, I had him winning, man. The scorecard should have been closer, but I still had him winning. No lie, man. Like, for real, man. Like, this man, I really, really think Teofimo, his star power went up another notch. So, like, for real, 115, 113 is like, I had it like that. If you want to give it 116, 112, cool. I didn't have it super wide like the judges did, but I did have Teofimo winning. For real, Loma was way too patient in them early rounds, but too patient. But he was patient for a reason. He was patient for a reason, man. Teofimo was making him feel that. He was making him feel that, man. And no lie, Loma was turning it on. He was making Teofimo respect him. He was making him hey, stand back, young fella. Stand your ass down. Stand back. He was feeling that, right? But man, I really, really think it was a really, really great fight. I think Teofimo really, really, I keep saying really, really. Teofimo really put himself at the top of the pack with a performance like that. When you go out there and beat a guy like Lomachenko, you really put yourself at the top of the game, at the top of the food chain, in a division, and you become the hunted now. So I hope that Teofimo expects to be the hunted guy at this point. He gotta expect that. He gotta expect to be the hunted guy right now. You know, because people they gonna be coming for him. They're gonna be aiming for him. They want to see what he made of. They want to see if that's a fluke. They want to see if the young man from Brooklyn is a fluke. And he gonna have to prove he not. Loma gonna want to come out and fight him. But I feel like at this point, I think he has an edge over Loma. I really feel like he got an edge over Loma. I feel like now Loma, like that 12th round showed Tio he can really hurt the Matrix. For real, man. Like, the takeover can hurt the Matrix, man. He really can. It was a hard 12 rounds. But to show that grit and bite down at that point, that's grown man stuff, man. That's grown man stuff. Like, I feel like he won, no doubt. I really feel like he won, no doubt, man. I feel like, you know, Loma got better skills in certain areas. But again, he waited so long to try to get established because he know Tio was right there. And the young boy dangerous in them early rounds. When he's fresh, when he got all this energy, he dangerous at hurting you for real and getting your ass up out of there. Getting you up out of there. So, he didn't throw that much. He ain't throw that much, man. But like I ain't gonna lie, in the second half of that fight, Loma started dribbling his head a little bit with them combinations. He dribbled his head a little bit with them combinations. But I really, really think that Tio, he gained himself some more fans tonight, and his star power increased tremendously. For real. I'm interested to see what Teofimo will do next. The rematch is gonna be coming. Fight young Devin Haney. And see what you can do from there. You fight Gervonta Davis or whatever. Like, fight these young boys, man. And see how that's going. What's the outcome of that? See what the outcome of that is. But yeah, man, great fight. I'm rolling. I really, really feel like Teofimo was the winner in that fight. He really was the winner. He won that fight. Now that 109, 119 is still ridiculous. It's still ridiculous. But the right dude won. And that's all you can ask for in boxing. As long as the right guy wins the fight, cool. Now, you know, a dude can be like, come on, that margin is not that wide, but the right guy won. I was really thinking, too, though, at one point in the fight, I feel like Tio's corner was trying to tell him, like, they were acting like he was too in control of the fight. At the point when Loma was starting to come and make a run, I'm like, hold on, guys, come on now. Don't tell him that. Don't try to get him lax. You got to keep him in alpha mode. Keep him in alpha mode and tell him you got to attack. You got to stay on this dude. Stay on him. You can't be out here trying to, like, Don't let him back you up. Keep backing him up. You bigger than dude, man. Don't let him get into like, because when you tell the dude he's in control, some fighters take their foot off the gas pedal. They try to like dance around a little bit when they really need to stay engaged. And I really feel like when the corner was telling him that, Lopez started to believe it too and he started to be a little lax. And some of that is just Loma's just skill. So he gonna get in there. He gonna hit you. He gonna hit you regardless. He's starting to let his hands go. He gonna hit you. It is what it is. Some combinations gonna get up in there and they gonna dribble your head like it did for some of them rounds. But I feel like, man, don't tell him it's all like he just winning and he cruising easily. Hell no. Tell him you not doing enough. Come out and make it happen. Come out here and you have to get busy with this dude. And I'm looking like, hell yeah. Toward the championship rounds, you come get busy with this dude, man. Let him know you here to stay. You gotta let him know you here to stay. Some people feel like all Loma had to do was come straight, step forward. Early on in the fight, it would have been easier, but nah, man. Teofimo's a game fighter. He's game. He felt that power early, and it had him on his heels. He felt that power too. He felt that. Loma ain't gonna wait that long for no reason. He a smart guy. He understands boxing. Everybody gives him praise for his boxing IQ. He know what time it is. He can't be up in there being tentative and relaxing and chilling. For the first couple of rounds, he looking like AB, looking like Adrian Broner out there. Come on, dog. Damn. He was looking like AB after the Maidana fight. So did that, 14-month layoff, did it hurt Lomachenko? Or was just young boy was just in there? He was primed and ready. Was he primed and ready and felt like, hey, look, the takeover is happening now? Was the takeover in effect now? I don't know. Like, what y'all think? Like, what y'all think? Was it just the 14-month layoff? Did it hurt Loma? Or did Loma felt Teofimo's power? They kept him at bay. And Teofimo got the right nickname, the Takeover. He from Brooklyn like Jigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Jigga, Jay-Z. So it makes sense for him to have that name. Shout out Brooklyn. Shout out BK. But, yeah, man, I really feel like Teofimo went out there and put on a great performance to the point where he's going to gain a tremendous amount of fans. He fought like a dog, man. He fought like a dog. Even when his eye was getting swelled to that left eye was getting touched up, he like, come on, man. I'm finna come out here and prove myself. He deserved that victory. Loma was looking a little timid at some points, man. So, hey, Teo, you got all 5 of them belts, brother. You got them belts, so you earned it. Let's see what you really made of. You got 5 of them joints. Let's see if you really is the real deal. I think he showed that he the real deal tonight, but I think he'll have a rematch, and I think he's gonna prove it again. And then we're gonna see how you match up with Devin Haney. I would love to see that fight with him and Devin Haney. I think that is gonna be beautiful boxing. I would love to see that. I would love it, man. But yeah, man. I think Teofimo won. 115, 113 at his worst. You want to say one or 116 and 112. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It was a close fight, but I still had Teofimo edging him out, especially due to the first half of that fight. And that 12th round, it sealed the deal without question. Had Loma wobbly. Loma was he was getting touched up. He wasn't wobbling bad, but he was getting touched up. I thought, I don't know. I saw remember when Collazo went to the body of Keith Thurman and Keith Thurman almost folded like a lawn chair at the family reunion? When Keith almost folded like a lawn chair at the Labor Day barbecue? Listen, Loma ain't fold like that, but it was like he was feeling that. I'm like, yeah, young boy ain't playing. Congrats to Teofimo Lopez. Machiavelli Mills TV, TOU now the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Let's see what you do with that title. Peace.